Children, in the last class we studied about meristematic tissue. Meristematic tissues are the only dividing tissues of the plants. Okay, they are responsible for the growth of the plant. Let the growth be increasing in height or increasing in width or number of branches or leaves. Based on that, we learned three types of meristem: apical meristem, intercalary meristem, and lateral meristem. Okay, apical meristems are present in the root and shoot tips. They are present at the root and shoot tips. They help in the growth of stems and roots, so the plants automatically increases in height or length. The intercalary meristem, it is found between the nodes or at the base of the leaves, which helps in increasing the number of branches or leaves on the plant. Okay, and there was lateral meristem. Lateral meristem was found beneath the cork or in the vascular bundle, which will help in increasing the width of the plant, or it is also called as girth of the plant. Now when this meristematic tissue loses their ability to divide, a stage comes when they lose the ability to divide. They take a permanent shape, size, and function. So this process is called as differentiation, the process in which meristematic tissues, after losing the ability to divide, takes a permanent shape, size, and function, is called as differentiation. It is called as differentiation, and because of this differentiation, permanent tissues are formed. Now permanent tissues are of two types: simple permanent tissue and what we say, yes, complex permanent tissue. So tissue that comes from meristematic tissues, and they are the mature tissues. Mostly these tissues are made up of dead cells and they do not have the power to divide. Okay, and they are formed due to the process of differentiation. So permanent tissues are of two types: simple and complex. Simple are of three types: parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. Okay, and complex permanent tissues are xylem and phloem. Let us learn first about simple permanent tissue. The first simple permanent tissue we are going to study is parenchyma. Okay, it is the living cell. It is a living cell, means it has protoplasm. I said permanent tissues are mostly they are dead cells, but there are some tissues, there are some cells, they are living cells. They are made up of living cell, and it has a prominent nucleus and protoplasm. The cells of parenchyma are isodiametric. Isodiametric means same diameter, means all the cells are of same shape and size, are having the same size, same diameter. They are polyhedral in shape. Polyhedral in shape means they are having they can be of any shape. Okay, 3D shapes, and they can be like polygonal, oval, round, or elongated. Elongated means lambe. These cells are tightly packed. Okay, they are tightly packed and they have very small intercellular space. The space between two cells is called as intercellular space. So they have very few intercellular space, and their cell wall is thin and made up of cellulose and hemicellulose. These are the constituents of its cell wall. Cell wall is made up of cellulose and hemicellulose. When you go to higher classes, you will understand what is cellulose and hemicellulose. Basically, they are polysaccharides. Polysaccharides means they are carbohydrates, a form of carbohydrate. Okay. Now types. Even parenchyma has some types of cells. Like if chlorophyll is present in the cell, that cell is called as sclerenchyma, and the function of that cell will be performing photosynthesis. And these cells are found in the leaves, especially in the leaves. In leaves, when you go through the section of leaves, when I cut a leaf and watch under the microscope, there will be section of leaves, and in that section of leaves there are mesophyll cells. There are mesophyll cells which are made up of palisade and spongy tissues, and these palisade and spongy tissues, they contain parenchyma. Other places where we can find chlorenchyma, stems, sepal, etc. Erenchyma, the aquatic plants, they float. Why do they float? Their leaves also float. You know why? Because their cells are having, or their tissues are having aerenchyma. They are made up of aerenchyma. This aerenchyma, they have large intercellular spaces, and because of this it gives buoyancy. Okay, it gives buoyancy to the floating plants. Buoyancy means upward pressure to float. Okay, and this also helps in respiration and providing sufficient oxygen to the aquatic plants. So this is the diagram of parenchyma, where you can see the cell wall. Intercellular spaces are very less. Almost all the cells are of same diameter, same size, and they have vacuoles and prominent nucleus. Nucleus is easily visible. Okay. Next simple permanent tissue is collenchyma. Now collenchyma is made up of elongated cells. The cells are elongated, and the cells have irregular cell wall thickenings. Means they are irregularly thickened at some places. The cell walls are irregular thickened at some places, and the cell wall is made up of cellulose and pectin. Parenchyma was made up of cellulose and hemicellulose, whereas this collenchyma is made up of cellulose and pectin. And where do we find collenchyma? We find collenchyma under epidermis. Epidermis means the first layer of the plant cell. When you dissect a plant cell, you will get the first layer of plant cells. The whole covering of the plant cell is epidermis. Then young stems, leaf veins, you know what are veins? The lines on the leaf, and fruits. And what is the main function of this collenchyma? Collenchyma is actually gives flexibility to the plants. Okay, it allows easy bending of plant parts. You know, when the air blows, the leaves and the branches, they move here and there. If it is because of collenchyma, this gives flexibility to move. Okay, as well as it provides mechanical strength to the plants. It doesn't form, means if the air blows, the plant also moves along with that. The leaves do not fall off. Only the dry leaves will fall off, because they become dead and they lose the ability to, the collenchyma content decreases. But the new leaves and the green leaves, they do not fall off. That's because of collenchyma. So this is the diagram of collenchyma. You can see there is irregular thickening of the cell walls. Cell walls are not thickened everywhere. At some places only they are thickened. So that is called as irregular thickening. Next is sclerenchyma. Sclerenchyma is mainly made up of dead tissues. Okay, dead cells. It consists of only dead cells, and it has thick wall cells. Cells have very thick walls, and there is no intercellular space between them. Okay, there is no intercellular space between them. Okay, and its cell wall is made up of a very thick, or we say cement-like structure, cement-like substance, that is called as lignin. It can be of cellulose or it can be of lignin, but mostly the sclerenchyma is made up of lignin. And this lignified areas, wherever the lignins are present, some areas will be having pits, small holes developed on the walls. Okay, and where it is found? It is usually found in the hard and stiff parts of the plants. Seed coat, husk of the coconut, then fibers, and around vascular bundles, veins of leaves, and hard coverings of fruits and nuts. And the main chief function of this tissue is to give mechanical support, to give the support to the plant in such a way that it does not get uprooted in any climatic conditions. Okay, it is able to bear push, pull, strain, and shearing forces, and provides strength to the plants, and also protects the delicate parts of the plant. And this sclerenchyma is of two types. It is of two types, fibers and sclerites. See, fiber, it is long, elongated, and sclerites, it is round in shape and it is very stiff. And fibers we can find, like he is removing the person is removing something from that banana stem, that is nothing but fibers, sclerenchyma in the form of fibers. And the coverings of the nuts and seeds, it is made up of sclerites. So all these simple permanent tissues, they help in providing mechanical support to the plant, some are giving what we say storage, some are having storage facilities, or some are storing the food. Like parenchyma, it stores, it is a packaging tissue of the plant, it is called as packaging tissue of the plant. It is also storage of the plant, and it also helps in photosynthesis. It also helps aquatic plants to float. Collenchyma, it gives mechanical support to the plant as well as gives flexibility to some parts of the plant to move. Then sclerenchyma is totally giving or protecting the plant from to bear from every kind of climatic condition, and it is giving full mechanical support, being hard, being dead and hard in structure. Okay, that was all about simple permanent tissue. In next class I'll tell you about complex permanent tissue.